Welcome back to Bazaar. I'm Eco, and it's time for an ethical, free-range, non-GMO, free-to-play pig run. Property Pig's just in a great spot right now. I've really enjoyed Pig pretty much the entire time the game's been out, and Pig in the current meta really isn't all that different from Pig in previous metas, except it's much less likely for your opponent to have crazy powerful builds in the early game. The major difference in the current meta is that early game, your opponents are much more likely to have less stuff that kills you instantly, that just blows you out without you having any chance to win, so it's easier to scrape out some early victories. And with the new economy start option, it's much easier to get some crazy economy going early on Pig and just have a valid late game option open to pretty much every Pig run. I find it very consistent to find some strong late game thing in Pig with the economy start, and I've been really happy with all of the strats from the previous meta more or less directly carrying over into this one and just being stronger than they used to be, what with the Omni Bonk and the new economy start. Anyways, why ramble about it when I can show you the evidence? Here's the run. Another day, another Pig run, can't help myself, especially when all my quests tell me I need to make gold and buy small items. And because I need to make gold and buy small items, I will be going for the massive income start on this Pig run. Even with 20 starting gold, I see mids where they're like, do I really want to spend 4 gold on a reroll? The answer is yes. This can sell rewards card, fixer-upper, other things. Not so hyped about this. There's some argument that any small bronze weapon is worth buying because it can translate into a regal blade very shortly. And I think that argument has merit. The bird's just good, it's not a weapon. Well, hopefully that argument's real because I'm doing it. Spending any more gold on these succulents is probably a mistake, won't be doing that. Looking at this, the order I bought the items just happens to be the best way to organize this board, except for the yo-yo's position. Not that the yo-yo's position matters at 1 non-scaling damage. And without the ability to fight either Pyro for Matchbox down the line or Viper for better items, we just go Bananable here because Duct Tape is a crazy high roll. Might not be relevant, but it can enable a lot of builds Pig otherwise really just couldn't capitalize on in a meaningful way. And at first the build looked like we did something, then the slingshot ran out of ammo, which is suboptimal to say the least. We do have a couple of toys though, so we can at least get 1 bonus experience. We're not really trying to win day 1 when you take this start. You should pretty much automatically lose to anyone who took a small enchanted item. And as a result, slow gameplay patterns like this, where I'm trying to get a Regal Blade later, aren't actually that bad. Normally I'd care a lot more about day 1 power. I wouldn't be as willing to do this, especially because I'd have less money to do it with. But I think this might actually pay off. I'm interested in the idea at least. Medkit's less of a low roll than it normally would be with the bird, but it's still not good. I'm going to take Tiny Furry Monster over Quixel here because I'm just expecting to lose day 1 no matter what. And I need to hit that before the end of day 2. 5 regen is likely more power than anything I can buy at Andy's shop. I was going to say we put the Haladian over the Yo-Yo, but it's so bad that the 30 damage on the slingshot's actually more worthwhile. But regardless, we will still be going to Fins. Maybe down the line, Restorative could be better, but right now, 5 regen is massively better. And it gives us a teeny tiny chance of winning against Vanessa, especially someone who takes an enchanted item and low rolls on it.
Go ahead.
They went enchanted item and they got a heavy seashell. Well, they're gonna build shield that I'm not going to deal with, and they're going to scale crit, however, marginally. I have 5 regen, but I think I just lose to silver seashell with 2 items. Like, that's how bad my build is. The Kukri and Yo-Yo very genuinely do nothing. The slingshot deals 60 damage and then it's done. The seashell's pretty slow at 6 seconds. It's not slowing for any meaningful amount. The enchant is actually weirdly bad. Oh, the crit on 25% on, I'm probably dead with the crit. I kind of needed to not see one. He's up 100 health on me. The bird and the regen don't make up that difference, unfortunately.
All cannon, no ball.
If he hadn't crit, I would still have just barely lost, so it didn't matter. Good. And as I said a second ago, you basically just accept losing to an enchanted item when you take this start. Rightmost bird is very good with a matchbox down the line, and nothing I have here is good with me right now. And if I roll, the thing is, nothing will be good with my current build ever. I actually am going to take Final Flame for the possibility of getting a matchbox build. It might just be useless. I was setting up for Regal Blade, but I'm okay with that. I guess I'm going to go Herm. I'm not happy to go to Herma, but I'm going to Herma. Ganjo is the one thing this person can sell that's good, so I'm happy to have found it.
a tattoo.
Kukri being upgraded to silver does nothing, like actually nothing. I will upgrade the bird, that's meaningful. And I think having already got the Ganjo, it's not worth rolling at this shop. I can take another 5 regen. The yo-yo is just worse than the Halati. Oh wait, diamond yo-yos aren't infinite anymore. That got bonked. Oh shit, that's a big change. I hadn't really thought about that yet. Matchbox, on the other hand, gotta unnerve that immediately. And Matchbox is the reason I'm going here instead. Glad to get rewarded for it. Having hit that, I don't really want to roll and sell something to buy a fixer-upper here. Rewards card isn't really worth a 4 gold roll to me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. With Matchbox on the table, I was completely willing to roll there, but not with those results. Now the weird thing is, I don't actually have a functioning Matchbox build yet. I've just got a Ganjo and a bird. I don't trigger this very quickly. This goes off twice in 6 seconds, which is not enough to proliferate burn at all. So I cannot beat Rogue Scrapper, and I have to fight something else. I don't even know that I beat Covetous Thief, so I'm gonna go here. Do I beat Rogue Scrapper just with a Ganjo, a bird, and a Halati? There's no shot. This is all at bronze. Maybe with a silver Ganjo, there'd be some talk about it, but I'm pretty sure I stand no chance. Especially without the bird having multicast. Yeah, this is just pretty measurably weak looking at it. It's fine. We have something to build into the future. I think. Like, we at least have the gold that we can just throw everything we have in the garbage can and do something else. But duping Matchboxes is so insanely strong that just having a bronze Matchbox at this point makes me feel good.
Not all
Amber's not great, but I can at least go on a Matchbox board and do something with yo-yos. B1, B2 is weird. Centers are very, very good with a Matchbox, so I probably just go centers. Upgrading the Ganjo is good. Upgrading the Matchbox actually removes the ability to upgrade it down the line. Right now, I think that's my strongest board. Oh wait, I could have fought Rogue Scrapper. I forgot I bought Final Flame. Man, I'm out of it, as you can tell. I'm taking Cinders. I think it's more valuable than Ganjo. I think Ganjo's got very little time left in this world. So here's the thing, right? Like, I can go to the tiny furry creature and level up. It's not very good. But I don't have a hammer for JJ anyway to dupe the Matchbox, and most of what he's offering me isn't a big deal anyway. I am going to take the jank level up here. Do I take a random bronze tier item? I have very good economy. It affects my chance of winning the match. This is the rare time. Sick. I got 0 gold and an item that does literally nothing. Exactly what I wanted. I guess the slingshot will deal more than the yo-yo eventually. They're both fucking terrible. Okay. The Matchbox isn't very good. The Halati on the Ganjo isn't very good. I have very little going for me. I probably lose here. My opponent also took income, so I stand a chance. He has Boomerang, ATM. Ganjo scaling Fiery Jewelry should not be enough to kill me. I think I win that. Of course, he has shield and I don't, but his shield is slow and the Halati deals with it. I think we win this. It's a slow, ugly fight where we're both income pigs that have little going for them. Wait, no. You have a Fiery Jewelry. You have 10 income already? I guess I haven't seen any income events, right? I've seen no jungles, no mountain pass. So if he buys an ATM and finds one of those events, yeah. All right, fair. At least my Matchbox is doing work. I definitely could have killed Rogue Scrapper for sure. For a second there, I was worried. I just forgot that Sandstorm hits like a truck and his shield wasn't going to last any period of time. But yeah, it's solid enough for day 2. It's not great, but right now we really are just an 8-bird Matchbox, and that's kind of good enough. Anyway, let's see if we can figure out what we're doing on day 3. We either need to scale into something or find a second Matchbox. Either is fine, neither is a problem. We need this. That is how you unlock duping a Matchbox. Oh, I should mention, I don't actually have, I have to go Kina here to get the Matchbox, or a chance at it. I don't actually have the free-to-play stuff, or sorry, the pay-to-win stuff for Pig. Because no one who hasn't spent gems does. That's just how it works. We have to buy the weights here to help Matchbox. Same with Succulents. I don't really want to upgrade the Pinata, to be honest with you. I will take the ATM and be on my way. Alright, let me figure out the board here. These weapons suck. Marbles are probably better than Halati. Like, scale up the heal like this, maybe? I'm gonna toss this now and sell the Pinata. I'm not incredibly confident that this beats, what's his name? Scout Trooper. And the only reason I'm not incredibly confident is because in the post-bonk world, I'm just not quite as familiar with how this game works, like what these fights go down as. Uzi got unbonked, which is very important. I'm pretty sure we're just completely fine and I didn't need to sell the chocolate at all, but on the off chance it matters, I'm willing to give up the potential 3 gold on Barkun. And no, it didn't matter at all. This guy is not all that scary.
Hey, just let me go, yeah?
I guess I'm really just trying to do a matchbox here. I have a decent enough start. Curio can sell me Salamander Pup. Can't say no to that. I gotta roll for this.
I see buried treasure.
You take the feather.
Now you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
The amber's about to go in. The rest of this is actually all bad and can be sold easily. Going to sell the feather, sell the Halati, move this over. Tourist Chariot will eventually be a net gain in money. It's currently neutral when I sell all these weapons. And I think I just roll. There's nothing there I care about. No Salamander Pup. Sad times. I think an insect wing on the matchbox is probably irrelevant. I don't have a second item to put on my board right now, so I actually am going to buy a train spider.
Trash is tragedy.
And I'll be on my way.
Reuse everything. I can already see.
Upgrade a bronze tier item. The issue is my items all kinda suck. I'm okay with upgrading the marbles, but it's probably worse than the skill. On the other hand, I need money to go to a store. I have things I can liquidate. Okay.
Fine.
I'm looking to get rid of Ganjo weights. They're kind of big, slow items. Marbles, however, will likely be here forever between both matchboxes. Ideally. Well, I guess I'm not getting a matchbox there. I'm going to take another 5% health and 5 regen.
Our bodies are
I
just
feel much, much stronger than I did yesterday. Dooley's a little bit scary. Like, if I see a Dooley, I assume he's up to no good. He's got some crazy burn core build. I'm about to die. Apprentice Merchant bronze rank does breed a little bit of confidence, though. Makes it seem like he's a genuinely new player. It's a tough build. Silver Ignition Core, Silver Omega Ray. Well, that's the start rank, but still. He started Restorative Uzi, so the question's just who burns faster. And unsurprisingly, it's looking like him, but I do have healing that he really does not have. All right, he has way more burn than me. That went to the moon instantly. Why are you? Oh, right, you're getting double scale. That's why you're so high. I was like, he doesn't have any friends for charcoal. This could have been literally any burn item. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do about this. This is the reason Ignition Core is basically free wins for the first 5 days of the game, unless you hit crazy builds. Look how much fucking burn he dealt with literally just Silver Core, Baseline Omega Ray, and 4 fast items. The charcoal didn't even matter. It's just you upgrade this. There's so many ways to do that. Find an Omega Ray, and you go straight to the moon. Gross, gross, gross. Absolutely stood no chance. All right, we have 2 days left to find what we need. B1, B2 again, huh? I might upgrade the cash register. I could upgrade the succulents if I think they're staying on my board. I don't want them to. But they could end up being a mainstay of my board if I find specifically restorative huts. The flip side of that is I'm quite broke right now. And I'm not finding any income options, so I am going to put the cash register in. Just because I'm not finding anything that boosts income. I've seen no ATMs, no mountain pass, no jungle. And I'm continuing to miss everything I care about, unfortunately. Weapons do nothing for me. Docs isn't fixing my problems. I'm going to take 80 max health because it might affect the result of the fights. And the docs won't. They just won't. Does this beat Flame Juggler? Yeah, it does. And I don't need anything from the other two, so this is right. If I knew for a fact to get Energy Potion from the other guy, I might consider going to, what's his name, Boiler Room Brawler. But in this case, I have no problem surviving the burn with 10 regen and scaling healing and just 700 base health. You know what? I said no problem. I don't know how true no problem was. We're fine, but like, it's closer than I thought it was. I thought I'd stabilize at 400 several seconds ago.
a true tragedy.
Cinders is good.
More is more, I always say.
Looking to push burn here. All of that's irrelevant to my interest. I don't want any of that. Well, I'll happily take the shield. It's a very, very good skill in general. Andy, you know what I need. Oh my god, we've done it. Move the matchbox over. Upgrade it. Weights, you're not going to be making it. I'm sorry to tell you this. Take the other matchbox. I think I take monocle here because if I find an apropos chapeau down the line, it's good. And I currently just don't have another small item to fill the board with. I'm okay rolling here. I would like marbles upgraded.
Excellent choice.
Does jewelry matter to me? No, I've got the superior jewelry. Well, it's faster right now, which does matter for my chances of winning. Do I want to balance these out or push one? Well, I guess it's always going to be in balance because of sides. I'm going to balance them out. I don't think it matters. Oh, you push one because of a batat? Right, no, that was incorrect. You push one because if you find specifically the fiery enchant, then it's better to have one much larger matchbox. There we go. Glad I learned it on the first time with only one burn at risk, but oh well. These obviously go on either side. The marbles are slow as now insane, and that means the amber probably stays on board forever to make this slow crazy. I assume that tooltip is updating with it. Yes. The piggy bank is a very minor net gain money. It's not worth it because I'm so broke and I'm going to a store immediately, so I'll just be on my way. And I can't really imagine losing on this day after that shop. Economic items is great. There's a lot of things here we want. Sadly, boomerang's not really one of them. In my experience, boomerang on a double matchbox build is just really, really hard to fit in on monster fights. 4 gold to roll sucks, but there's a lot of things here I won't. None of those are it, unfortunately. Am I willing to buy pawn shop? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't quite have to sell everything for it. The reason I'm considering doing this isn't because pawn shop's like an insane late game pivot that I'm really committed to using. It's all right. If I find 2 of the same enchant on a pawn shop, then I can put one on a matchbox and the other on the pawn shop to scale the matchbox based on the pawn shop's value. That's a huge part of it. Any enchant got in back-to-back is suddenly good. The other part of it is it might just be net gain economy. In fact, I'm pretty confident that it is, so I'm going to be doing it. I don't need to sell anything else. I will take the pawn shop.
I bid you farewell.
It's not a great pawn shop. I'm probably not going to pivot into it, but it opens up some pivots down the line, and it's a good economy item. Very rarely how pawn shop gets used. The reason is because even though pawn shop's a good economy item, it's just +1 gold every time you sell anything, just like Cove. Pig has so many more stash space concerns than Vanessa does, so it very rarely gets used this way. This board looks arranged correctly. Fastest defensive items are on the Ganjo. Let's go. I have a genuinely hard time imagining I die, but there can be some crazy weapon Vanessas that just insta-kill you. Even on day 4. Right-handed, left-handed, one weapon, it's a grenade. I might be fucking dead. He does have to hit me at least 3 times to kill me though. 4 times. Okay, no, I win. It is very scary, but it's not enough to kill me. Also, you can see what Marbles is doing here. Just immediately slowing the absolute hell out of his entire board.
I've got another salvo in.
All right, left-handed at gold, sorry, left-handed at bronze, right-handed at gold, one weapon build is scary as hell, but I forgot that I had silver defense grid and that I had taken several health events already. What am I looking for at middle? Apropos chapeau is pretty good. I'm only missing property. I'm actually just going to embrace my economy decision here with the pawn shop and go for chocolate bars instead. Prospero I will hit. I can't say no to that. Oh my. All right, we take gold pawn shop. And we feel pretty good about the 10 gold we generate with that chocolate bar event now. Suddenly that actually looks like a pivot in the late game because it's usually not at gold, day 5, level 5, 26 value this early in the game, right? That's pretty fucking solid. We absolutely go Gorgon Noble here. Just anytime you're playing any damage over time or defensive build, Petrifying Gaze is incredible. It gives you a second for your defenses to stabilize, a second for your damage to tick. If you find poison, paralytic poison is great. Having paralytic poison makes you want to find poison for this effect. It has an extra experience on top of being the highest experience encounter for its day. Just across the board, generally good. I'm even filtering it down a little bit by having a bronze trained spider. Didn't really think about that, but it is upside. And we got something useless, which is how most fights go, but hey, you have to play the odds. I can put this pawn shop in for, instead of 125 health, 164. It's not incredible, and I'm pretty broke. I'm gonna take the gold instead. I really am just very broke right now, and I'm very glad I made that decision. Oh, our loot item was another upgrade hammer. There's no way to use that on our board in a meaningful way. So this probably just gets used more or less immediately for value. First though, Zerfin, what do you have?
The beasties are your
Clean storefront has no value for pawn shop. When you poison, gain 4 region has no value for me. When you haste, shielded 10. Time to tinker is not very good. But if I find any source of haste, it's gonna be like an enchant on one of these items, right? That's a lot of anti-burn power. And I can't afford to roll and buy anything unless I immediately sell the pawn shop. So I am just gonna take time to tinker here.
She crouches before the strike. You can use
Need to sell one thing to go to this and take the economic seminar. Balcony has no use for a pawn shop. That's not true, not no use, but very limited use for a pawn shop build. Need to make a little bit of room, and that is enough. All right, 2-win Vanessa, I'm feeling pretty strong still. Just double Matchbox is, you know, same thing as Ignition Core. In the early game, just immediately kills people. We're at about 200 health. He is a pufferfish build with a water wheel captain's wheel catfish set up already. That is an absolute ton of poison. It's not quite full uptime on his whole board for haste though. The big problem here is that he has a pearl, which will be halving a ton of my burn output. So I think I do lose, even though poison's much worse mechanically. Yeah. This is just a fully assembled board. He can win the run without changing a single item on his board. Like you want to, obviously. You would like to find... My brain stopped. No, you don't need to change a single item on this board. You want to find like a second seaweed. But like, yeah, that's just the final board. You get enchants, you get skills, you scale up the values, but that's just fucked up. Like I'm nowhere near final board and I had no chance no matter what I did against that build. I've been fighting some crazy rough enemies at this point in time. Like my run before this was also just miserable. I felt strong every day and died on day 9. All right, I am gonna upgrade something. The Gandra's about to leave. The succulents kind of suck too. I'm gonna upgrade the Matchbox for 1 more burn, toss the balcony because I don't value it, and go chocolate bars here. I'm not gonna go chocolate bars over Nufu and small items though. The question's just exactly what do I want here? Do I think there's an argument that like this is already better? It's a lot more health. The monocle does appear to be just worse than Trained Spider. I think this is already a better board. And I've got 2 items that I really dislike. What am I trying to replace them with? Aside from something like belts, I don't really see great other options. There's a lot of bad skills. I can just take chocolate bars and be happy with it if I'm running the pawn shop. Now, I don't think there's any world where I beat Lich, unfortunately. It turns out rapid poison scaling is great against max health builds that spam items, huh? Why am I even trying to convince myself to click on Lich? Let's just not throw and click on Fortman. Flashy mechanic is always good if you can find a tool, but in a Matchbox build, I can't really think of a tool that goes on the board, unfortunately. So I think I'm really just looking for the biggest gold values here. I feel like I need to find Pearl or crazy drops off of enemies. Because at the minute, there's, like, Cog would hit the board, I guess. That's the situation I'm in. I just need to find items that are not standard fare for this character. Now, the tier on these items doesn't really matter very much. The Matchboxes gain a 1 burn. The marbles isn't terrible, but, like, is it worth a silver skill? Probably not. Yeah, no, I'm going silver skills here.
If it's about the gold, Pip is
I don't use properties. 16% crit chance is kind of a lot. 8% crit chance is kind of the same thing, but not really. I'm gonna take 16 crit on one of the Matchboxes. Again, if we find fiery, we just put the better Matchbox on the right, so I think it's better than 8 on both. Health, toughness, and shield items can be a belt. Belt would hit board right now. None of that trash will. Shielded ATM, you say? Shield equal to 4 times my income, which is not even that good. It is +2 income, and I, like, have the money. That's the argument. Because it gives multicast the bird, right? I have every 5 and every 6. That would be every 5 and every 4. It's literally better on my board right now. And there's no way to use Hogwash at all, so let's get out of here. Occasionally I just find myself looking at Hogwash being sad. 7 regen's not terrible. Weapons are. I'm gonna work at the docks, get a tool, and see what it does. Huh. That's probably not very useful, right? It's like one of the only ways to get haste, because Pig's not gonna do that himself, but at the same time, it goes off 8 seconds into the fight and doesn't do very much. I can't upgrade it. This is bad. This is a trap. Alright, other Pig at 1 win. If your story is anything like mine, you're actually unstoppable and your build's great. Maybe I should have sold items before coming here because it affects my max health. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be the thing that determines the fight, so I'm trying to optimize money. 2 ammo energy pot. If these crit, they can't. Okay, we win. I say they can't. One can't, the other can't. This doesn't do that much. He's dead to burn. That'll teach me to say he can't crit. Even with both of them critting, though, I would have survived. I am shocked he took Crystal Bonsai into the fight, missing 2 item slots. He's probably new. If I had to guess, his title was Apprentice Merchant, and I just didn't notice it. Gumballs are very, very good. Oh, my opponent had Piggles, so I didn't get my second coin. Fucking sick. I'm going to toss this and go Gumball Machine. It's just 20 value flat, in addition to whatever the Gumballs give. I'm gonna go JJ here over Docks. There are a lot of things that can improve the build, I just don't know what they are specifically at this minute. Turns out it wasn't that. Rewards card would be nice. Sell these before I go into my fights. Bonk is just so incredibly strong. It doesn't affect whether I level up today. It's only 1 experience. I'll take my chance at Bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 1 in 9 for Bonk, which is just game winning. It's just such a powerful effect. And then the misses are like spices when I have a pawn shop for double whammy, 40 gold, table leg to buff the slow on marbles by 2 seconds. Like, only a couple of these are true misses, and they're still all worth at least 4 gold. It's just a really damn good fight. It's hard to not go here. That is one of the misses, but hey, it's at least 8 gold. Guess that's gold skills.
Not a warrior. I am just a man who has...
When you buy a property, get a chocolate bar and a spare change. That's normally dog shit. My economy is not good enough for it, I feel like. Follow-up here is not awful with this bird, you know? I'm gonna take follow-up here. I just have a 3x multi-cast bird that probably never leaves the board. Small and large items. I would take a diamond pawn shop. I can sell my ganja for extra gold there. I'm taking chocolate bars. Why am I thinking about this? I have pawn shop on board and no economy, which means I'm reliant on chocolate bars and gumballs to fund this thing. And I am going to take my first fucking random fight of the entire run. Yeah, economy is not happening. It's much too late. We are not great here. I think we do win though. Because yeah, he does have percentage damage here, which really sucks. And if it crits, I probably lose. But I stack a ton of burn. I have starting shield. I should heal through pretty much all of his burn, no problem. So it's really just a question of if I stack enough burn to... Oh wait, no, this is just guaranteed win. Even if he crits his first attack, he's just dead. And he didn't. Yeah, this just is so much more burn than I gave it credit for being. This is a mostly uninterrupted fight as well, so I can finally see what our maximum burn output is currently on the build. I actually can't. He's going to die first at 7,200 health. It looks like at Sandstorm we've dealt almost exactly 300. It'd take like 2 more times if it hadn't stopped charging. That's pretty solid. 14 gold, huh? Sorry, loot item can't really buy you for that much. Toss these now because gold barely matters and it increases the pawn shop value.
My people believe.
Alright, Apprentice Vanessa, bronze rank, could be a free-to-play player.
You should know. I'm a
Good win rate, undefeated actually. Is a Weatherglass Tripwire Lighthouse build, that's hype. Diamond Fiery. Well, thank God for my starting shield, otherwise I would just be dead. I think I win because he has no defenses, but it's not clear. No, his burn's so much higher than mine because of the fucking Tripwire, man. I'm dead. I have way more health than him too. Actually, it's really close.
Next time.
Hi.
Less blunder, more
I had so much more health than him and the starting shield, so I managed to tie. But yeah, Tripwire against Matchbox on a Lighthouse build is pretty good. He could not ask for a better matchup. I'm getting my guaranteed enchant in a second. Economic item still has big hits. I don't have a rewards card, a membership card. I have a ton of gold. I don't like chocolate bars here.
Gold gleam in your eye. I can work.
Upgrading ATM is just good.
Investment, Mr. Pygmalien.
Golden Balcony. So this says triple the value of the left property. The issue with that on a pawn shop is that it does not update in combat. So I just start off missing a huge chunk of health. However, if I'm playing like a double whammy build, I wouldn't care. And I've got the gold to float it, so I will.
Investment once. I'd say the results are evident, wouldn't you?
I'm gonna take the deed and try to manipulate it. I might just be wasting my money here though.
Harvest will come soon.
Golden Crystal Bonsai is just able to make me money for the next fight. That's fine.
I promise.
Small weapon, gumballs, medium. Oh no. We have to do gumballs, but we also have to do them one at a time. It's going to be 10 sales, so we're gonna do this. Does the value on anything else matter? Yes, the bonsai is actually more important. Okay, I'm gonna go do gumballs. I'll be back with you shortly. I'm gonna edit out most. I'm gonna make you watch this. I want you to understand what optimal play looks like. This is the current way that you have to deal with gumballs sometimes. It's painful. However, it's a tremendous amount of value generated because it's going to double the value generated on... Is it not sold yet? Ah, there we go. It just didn't really animate anything. Okay. And I still want this on my board because I'm going to be winning a PvP fight with it. And I have no reason not to go to Burninator bot here. And that got us a little bit more value on Pawn Shop. I don't know how worth min-maxing the deed is. It's obviously good. It's generating value. But it's generating like 1.66 cells of value. It's not even that much. The bigger thing is that it's generating value on the Golden Crystal Bonsai. I'm gonna try to hold this for multiple rounds because it's so much money generated. However, stash space is at a bit of a premium right now with the Golden Balcony I'm floating, so hard to say that it's going to work. Oh. That's just good. Just means the marbles trigger the matchbox slightly faster at the start, lower startup time. I'm happy to go to Pearl here, to be honest. There are a lot of different items that can improve the build.
Where shall we start?
These are all decidedly not it. Radiant Fixer-Upper, you say? Oh. Fuck. Okay, so... if I put in the Golden Balcony, it doesn't tell me what it'll do. It'll increase my health by 4,000 in combat to 8,500. Which means that this is going to hit for 30% of 8,500. That doesn't even kill my opponent. I kind of feel like double whammy's bait. Like Lion Cane does the same thing if your pawn shop is big enough. And if you're doing Balcony to enable double whammy, your build's just so damn slow. I think that's bait. I think it's a trap. If that's true, then buying this was just a mistake, right? Well, no, because if I find like specifically a sub-scraper, it becomes insane and worth doing. So if I save the Crystal Bonsai till next day, I win another PvE fight, I get the deed value on it. It's going to be worth 22 more gold, minus 5 because I'd get the deed value anyway. 17 extra gold generated by holding this. I don't care. I just have enough gold. I'm going to buy the double whammy here just to sell it. Well, shit. I think that still just goes on Matchbox. It's very interesting on a pawn shop. After Dude Liberation, there's no way I don't take Sanguine and put it on a Matchbox. It's just good enough. If I get Sanguine again down the line, I put it on the pawn shop and my opponents just die. Now what about Fins? It's a lot of max health, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Fins and take 5% max health. It's hard to say no to that. Toss the double whammy before the fight because I'm running out of space for the cash register. And I'm pretty sure we're just really, really strong for the day, right?
I'm huge. I should warn you.
It is day 8. We made level 10 on time. Actually, so did our opponent. He got heavy at Lattle, which is very scary. But I am a charge-based build at least, so it won't be as bad as it otherwise might be. He has no defenses. I have 5,000 health. He's just dead, right? He burns to death even after this Ganjo goes off and sends him to the moon. Wait, why am I at full health? Oh, I'm not. My health bar's just so big that missing 300 health didn't register very well. Yeah, we're fine. So let's check what that Obsidian enchant did in this fight, because we only have 126 burn. We really did not stack burn very effectively, thanks to the Atlatl. But we did do additional 1/3 of his health just from the enchant. We probably won regardless, but it's definitely a lot cleaner with Obsidian. I'm happy I took it. Probably one of the better enchants to hit even. Up there with like Fiery and Turbo, to be honest. Non-weapon items. Here's the thing, my board can just win the run. Obviously Shielded ATM is suboptimal, I don't really want this, but there's not a lot of things that are clearly better since I have the bird. With the golden balcony, I cannot make room for chocolate bars, huh? Well, now it's dead to me. I am going chocolate bars. I don't even have enough room yet. I'm going chocolate bars, like I said. Ah, the cinders are so good, though. What am I doing? Okay, fine. I'll take a cinder. Diamond cinder. I wasn't considering that it wouldn't be a silver cinder. That's a lot better than it otherwise would have been. Spear change, gumballs. It's an easy gumballs angle. +5 gold. What are we at? 9. Glad I checked. Move this up, move this over, toss that. Move it back down, sell them. Going to hold on to 2 gumballs in case I'd rather they weren't crit gumballs, but yeah. I'm gonna hold on to them to make sure I have D value no matter what's coming up. Don't use large items, 12% crits generically good. Battery is something I would absolutely run as part of replacing ATM. I just need to find the other card with it. First Aid's also something I would keep, like battery or first aid I'm keeping indefinitely because they're eventually gonna replace the shielded ATM. Definitely hitting a lot harder with that diamond embers, huh? Pig skills really don't help a Matchbox very much, do they? I don't know, damage equals gold would be pretty crazy. It's day 9, I can get it. Shield skills and weapon skills are both obviously bad, so I'm going here regardless. Let's stop nickel and diming ourselves. Gonna roll that because there are way bigger hits than the minimal scaling I'm being offered. Well, I guess I'm gonna take plus damage equal to double income, which isn't great, but it's something.
1 day in the Bazaar, then a decade in academia.
1 additional XP versus going to pull to try to get an early diamond on my pawn shop. The thing is, if I hit literally anything other than diamond, I am just throwing away 4 gold. I'm getting a diamond pawn shop in 2 levels anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the XP. Trade health for power. Let me look up the cult real quick. No, I'm thinking of form. Form is the one that can give a weapon just flat 25% crit chance, not an enchant, which would be really good on Obsidian Matchbox. Heal and regen's not great, but if she sells anything for cheap, I'm happy to buy and sell. And she can upgrade the bird, that was the other thing. Now, am I willing to spend 4 gold to roll here, looking for cheap flips? I mean, I've got unlimited money, but I don't have cheap flips, apparently. Apropos chapeau, scales the bird. I have a property, a friend, and a weapon. That's 4x multicast, meaning it's notably faster than an ATM. It's going to scale up the bird ceiling, it's going to scale up the damage here. The ATM shield barely matters. Done.
Why do my people live in forests?
And I'll get coins at the end of the day so I can sell these now. Alright, let's go see what our opponent has for us. We're up against a dying Vanessa at 3 wins. I feel pretty comfortable there. Oh, I thought this guy had 4x multicast. He's notably worse than I thought he was then. Maybe I shouldn't have swapped. He is, in fact, a little bit slower than ATM with worse defenses, so it's just the wrong call. Full poison build. Toxic Captain's Wheel. There's no board-wide haste here. I think we just burn him down. It's a little bit scary, but with 6,000 haste. I mean, poison's good against this sort of build, but... Oh, random freeze on my big matchbox, of course, of course. Literally one freeze and you hit the best tile on my board. Why would you ever do anything else? Yeah, the Obsidian enchant is just so good because it's breaking through the shield and not letting it half my burns. Not even close, really. He did give me up to 400 poison, did last a little bit longer than expected on account of the restorative catfish. But you need something like a water wheel to complete this build to get full haste on everything, including the captain's wheel. See my previous run. Bazaar Con for 3 experience is just something you cannot say no to, at all. That levels me up, and I have something I need to do on my inventory, if I remember correctly. Yep, we can sell 1 coin to trigger the deed to upgrade this. And I'll get back to the deed later. Now, what are my level up rewards? Spare change, huh? Alright, we'll be taking those. That's 15 value on the pawn shop. Can't say no to that. I will go JJ, upgrading my apropos chapeau. Oh! Big bonking stick, huh? This isn't that good of an apropos chapeau. I'm just a damage build. I'm going to toss this for a big bonking stick.
So, how about
It hits for 1430. It's going to give me more health scaling over the course of the run. We are not going to be triggering the deed for a little while. I'll save these in case it gets awkward to trigger it. I'm not going to be triggering any of that, though. Flip this to the left in case it upgrades left to right, which I think it does.
Look out for you. Come back for a refund.
Pig's Gym at Diamond. I'm sorry, I've got my health scaling covered is the problem. Theoretically, I could try to do both, drop the cash register and the business card. I think that's crazy talk, but is it though? When you buy a weapon, gain 100 max health? Got the big bonking stick. Like, it's never going on my board, that's not the plan, but... I think it's bait. I'm not gonna mess with that. It's all of my money. And all of my stash space as well. I have to give up 3 gold for a chance at Master Salesman, and it doesn't do anything, right? It just deals double damage on Lion Game, which is obviously good, but I'll go Awakened District instead. If I'm gonna go for a dumb, crazy high roll idea, then Soul of the District is where it's at, right? 13 seconds in, you hit them for 100,000 minus whatever pathetic amount of damage they dealt to you in that time. It's definitely the cooler of the 2 high roll options. And then my misses are just diamond skills being removed from the pool, basically. None of them affect me at all currently, and probably ever. Killed him in under 13 seconds, too. Well, no, that's not true. Marbles is making that happen.
It's all about motivation.
No need for a balcony, that's just 8 gold. We're at 5 sales, so we can go chocolate bars again. And with the amount of money I have, it seems prudent to go diamond chocolate bars. No, I'll do my level up in a second. Let me get this done first. Trigger that, sell these, won't be triggering it again today. Gold tier skills or an upgrade. Good ordering, perfect, absolutely nailed it, nothing wrong with any of that. Don't even look at me. I just threw away 5 value on my pawn shop. Travel almost anywhere on the aerodrome could be anything, even a gumball machine, which is weirdly one of the best possible hits for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go aerodrome. Enchants, gumballs. Economic items are a lot worse at this point. Like, I've got the business card. I would like a deed and a rewards card, but they're kind of low rolls. I'm probably gonna spend like 15 gold and get something worse anyway. Let's just go here. Signet ring finally deigned to grace my run with its presence. Ooh, close sign. I mean, 222 regen's not even that much, to be honest. Plus 3 income if this is in my inventory, huh? Sure. It's almost break even after 1 day.
I am very successful.
A diamond shipment. I can't possibly help myself.
Same investment once.
What is this at? It's
Say the
nowhere near a
results are
problem.
evident.
12 damage plus 4 ammo to adjacent items. I want that to be an obvious sell, but it's kind of not. We're not running Mantis Shrimp. So Cannonball could be insane if I found like multiple potion style items, energy potion, flashbang, slow potion, etc. But I'm just not going to find those things is the problem. Abacus is a little bit on the slow side, and I like the amber for my marbles. The bird's obviously better for triggering everything. Just gonna take the ATM, sell it, and be on my way.
Golden seed, my friend.
Then tomorrow we can sell probably this golden monocle and a coin to trigger it again. It being the deed. It is a pig whose run's going about the same as mine. Probably winning slightly later than I am, hard to say. But my run's on top of the world. I can definitely die when you're in a battle of pig scaling. It's hard to say what the most broken shit is. Is he also double matchbox?
Tusks, right?
Yes, he has double matchbox and he has poison on one. Oh, but I'm not pay to win. I don't have cold room, so I'm not charging my opponent's freeze. Or sorry, I am charging my opponent's freeze, but it's not happening on their end. It would appear the baseline of my matchbox build is much, much stronger. Although the fact that they have 100 fucking regen because of this is a problem, huh? The bonking stick is the only reason I have a chance. I'm glad we won. When you burn, gain 2 regens, pretty good with double matchbox. And my build's being severely interrupted by being matchbox versus cold room. So my second matchbox dealt 30. His second matchbox dealt 117. I'm actually surprised this only went off 3 times. I will say I'm glad I went Pawn Shop and Lion King here, as opposed to what he did. I think his thing is better in the mirror if I have any sort of traditional build, and I'm glad I won and didn't just immediately lose to cold room, because this is obviously a sick build. But the fact that, like, I'm more and more of the belief that it's not that pay to win. I think your win rate is very marginally improved by having the new packs, and that's not a good thing. It is pay to win. But I'm always worried I'm wrong, and it's just incredibly pay to win. We should have 1 sale. Oh no, it's 2. I'm not gonna hold this for a second day. It takes too long. Can sell that one now, bring this back in, bring that back in. That's my inventory down. We can no longer get chocolate bars at full efficiency. I'm probably gonna sell the signet ring to get chocolate bars then. Anyway, I don't care about items, I care about max health.
Bulk up, get solid. That's right.
Diamond items are very expensive, and while they could be very good, I know that gumballs will be very good. My real issue here is that it's going to trigger the ledger again, and that means I have to sell something or buy them all one at a time to finagle this nonsense. Just gonna sell the business card. I don't want to deal with this. We're at 2, so we can sell 7 before it's a problem. And by my math, we should be good here. Yep, just went off. Next up, I'm going for Awakened Colossus again. I don't have a large item to charge with Juggler, so I don't care about that at all. Soul of the District, unironically pretty good. Would I run it over Lion King? Not yet. Not yet. I only have 11,000 health. It doesn't hit that hard. I mean, it's funny. It's a very cool item, and I would like to have a build with it eventually. But I just don't have the max health for it. I haven't found a belt, partly because I don't go to stores. I just go to gumball machines and chocolate vendors.
And you'll win.
I mean, there's no reason not to take it, but it does nothing for me. Shield, heal, or diamond tier skills, pretty hard choice there.
And to improve them immeasurably.
Huh. I can take plus 50 damage, which is 50% on the matchbox. Frankly, I don't think that matters very much. I'd rather have something for durability, crazy crit chance scaling. Like, there are better options. I don't have a tool, but suddenly I want a tool. 50% CDR increase hurts me just as much as my opponent. It's not beneficial in any way. Retooled, however, opens up a lot of new items. But chocolate bars are generically good. See, that's the problem. Let me look at tools for Pygmalien real quick. You know the abacus I had earlier and the golden monocle I had more recently? Those are tools. Those are the things I would want to replace Lion King with. Well, not Lion King, I guess. Oh, that's the problem. Yeah, Lion King's not going. Yeah, I'm not going to go to a shop for a chance at that when I could just take guaranteed tremendous health scaling. Interesting. What does that do on a pawn shop? As you might expect, it doesn't. However, I know what it does on a matchbox. It gives me haste. Now the question is, how much haste does it really give me? I'm hoping for 2. It's 1, like you'd expect. It's still better than no haste, but it's not nearly as good as I would like it to be. This doesn't matter, right? No. And it doesn't quite trigger on cash register either. I feel very strong still. I'm gonna feel strong throughout the entire run because I'm a double Matchbox pawn shop build, which is just very, very scary. I have no access to ice loot, which does break my heart a little bit. Water wheel with just the catfish, huh? I think I'm fine. That shouldn't be a problem. Yep, that's about how I thought it would go. I'm still sitting pretty at nearly full health, as you're wont to do when you have 13,000 health. Like, it's not a terrible build. I'm at 220 poison. It's just, it's not going to generate that much poison if the only source of haste that's targeting it guaranteed is the water wheel, right? The astrolabe is targeting randomly. And he doesn't have crazy defenses. He just has like 1 pearl. Oh, the turbo pearl explains why he got as high as he did. I didn't catch this. But yeah, it's just not that good defensively, not that good offensively. It's balanced and not insane. And as a late game pig, I'm only scared of insane. Balance does not scare me in even the slightest. Well, I guess I'm gonna go chocolate bars then. It's just hard to say no to. I'm a health scaling build. What do you want from me? Shielded. Don't think I really have a use for that one. If I take shielded, I can put it on the bird. It'll match the bird's value. And then healing, shielded, or obsidian would all be good enchants. I can put fiery on the pawn shop as well. Okay, we're getting to a point where if I put shield on something, obviously it's better on the lion cane, right? Yes. I was like, but then I would lose access to shiny on lion's cane, but you don't see enchant with shiny really. And pawn shop is good with shiny as well, just double value. So at this point, shield makes this make me unkillable. Damage makes this an insane damage output. Fiery makes the matchboxes kill him. Heal makes the bird heal for 1,000,000. Actually, it only heals for like plus 330. It's not even that good. But like, eventually we'll get something that matters on this pawn shop. Guaranteed. It's basically just baby Soul of the District at this point, right? It hits about as hard as the Soul of the District's one does. Or sorry, the Awakened District. It's not the same name as the enemy. This is the first time I've fought Vulcus Enforcer in a while and not even questioned whether I was going to win. I need to check what my deeds on. I haven't been paying a ton of attention. Gold tier loot for sure. Gumballs. 4. Oh, it got me a sender. Sign me right the fuck up. All right, move that. Go to Gumballs. It's just impossible to say no. It's so much value. We're good, right? No, we're not. If I had done that in that order, it would have been a problem. Second round of Gumballs. Love seeing health Gumballs, even if they're like the least important one by far. And that is actually a solid Grandmaster for me. And that's the ability to hit defense grid, plus income on the Matchbox. Why'd I take distributed systems? I should have skipped that. Time to Tinker's honestly not bad. Final Flame's great. It's a very good Grandmaster. That is the best possible hit. An additional 15% health and shield at the start of the fight. I suddenly feel like I'm just going 10 wins guaranteed.
I should warn you.
I went from like, they're not gonna kill me, right? Surely, to they will not kill me. I am invincible. He also has a defense crit. His is notably smaller. He's starting with 580 compared to my 5,400. It is a very good drill build by the look of it. And he does appear to only be freezing my better Matchbox, which is a slight problem in terms of the RNG. However, I got my shields back when the Lion King went off. We're still getting there. Very good dually build, though. Not going to pretend otherwise. Deserves the 7 wins it's at. I'm going to be sorry when my ghost kills people like his. Oh, that's a stat I can track now, too. Sadly, I can't see the fights. I guess that would consume a lot more data to store on their end, but I would love to see it. All right, Gumballs again, huh? Well, I know the dance at this point. It's just so much health. Every time I do the Gumballs, it's what, 20 times 10? No, it's 20 times 10 times 3. It's 20 times 300. It's 600 health every time I go to a Gumball machine. And also value. I think I just did it perfectly wrong. I'll find out in editing if I'm a complete idiot, but as long as it goes on, like I have unlimited money, right? As long as it goes on to the actually important item, the pawn shop, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll be hitting chocolate bars too, because why not? We are at 8. The deed's been pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna say it isn't. Upgrade an item does nothing for me. That's gold tier skills.
To be here when you're ready.
Weapons have 15% crits. I mean, that's just good enough.
Learn skills quickly, but it takes patience.
We get Vulcus Enforcer again. No reason to go elsewhere. 17,000, basically 18,000 health, 6,000 shield. Yeah, it's just kind of really damn strong. I'd be okay with a build like this if these 5 items were not a double matchbox build that chain slowed my opponent's whole board and dealt more damage than the Lion can. Like, if I just had a belt instead, the build would still be fine. Oh my god, we hit it. I was actually just getting sad internally. I was like, the worst part of this build is that I'm gonna win without doubling the value of my pawn shop, because the game's not gonna get long enough for me to find the damn event. Well, no longer a concern to have, I suppose. I'm gonna go Street Festival and look for specifically Dooley for fiber optics. Let's go. Dooley, those aren't fiber optics. Oh, I was so hyped for a second. It is still able to just like move the Lion Cane over, drop Amber, permanent haste on the Lion Cane. Sure. Can't say no, it's too cool. And I don't need to sell anything right now, so I'll be on my way. So that gets me full haste uptime on the Lion Cane, a little bit of haste on the Matchbox, and far more importantly, it's sick as hell. Also, what's our health up to? 26,000 now?
Big for you to
That'll do. That's pretty good. Who needs a belt? Or a tool, I guess. Alright, big guns, huge submarine, genuinely very threatening build. However, I don't think it matters. Oh my god, he's got so much damage and it just doesn't do anything. Oh, the crit chance is on this now, so it's actually much more likely to do exactly that. Yeah, it's just a big box stick and also double matchbox build with Obsidian. I never got the Obsidian enchant on my pawn shop that I really wanted, because if I got that, it would currently be adding 800 damage to the matchbox. Which, you know, that might be enough to justify dropping the shielded Lion Cane, who knows. But yeah, the build's just very, very, very good. It has the turbo matchbox to speed it up a little bit. The marbles that slows down my opponents. It used to be way better with the amber for 50% more slow. The bird's just here to be fast for the matchboxes. Pawn shop to give me time to burn my opponents down, and once it got big enough, Lion Cane to just bonk them the rest of the way if they're building good defenses, building shield, that sort of thing. 27,000 health is a marked jump up from my previous fight, goddamn. I want to see that again. His build seems sick as hell, right? The submarine's down to 1.7 seconds. I don't think it's getting hasted, it just starts with haste. He has a juggler with the pearl at such a low cooldown that it's kind of like haste. Dude, this is actually horrifying. How much did this do? 6,500 damage, 700 burn, 7,000 shield. Actually a very cool sub build. I usually don't see sub doing well, and this is a very cool one. The torpedo is just dog shit though. Oh man, even with like the world's fastest submarine to spam trigger it, he'd have been so much better off with any other small items for juggler. One more time, just to see how much damage his build really does. Yeah, with no source of haste, it's really hurting his uptime on that submarine. If he had haste, it was at the 1 second cooldown, basically. I don't know how you'd get it effectively, but man. Cool sub build as it is, just steamrolled by big bonk, double matchbox pig. Very, very effective build. And like, yeah, I don't like the new monetization system. I want to play with the new stuff, and I don't like losing to it when I'm playing with the old stuff and don't have access to it. But it's not like the old stuff isn't still monstrously powerful. You can still just go 10 wins consistently playing Property Pick, which is arguably in one of its strongest spots. Like, I'm not gonna say it was better than Fixer Upper meta, but it's very, very good right now in the current meta. Gold Defense Grid does a lot to help Pawn Shop though. There's a lot of potential to switch into other builds here. I'm kind of shocked that like the bird made my final board. I've been looking to find a way out. Like, I've only been happy with 5 of my item slots for most of the run, but It's not like my other item slots were bad, they just weren't anywhere near perfect, and I'd say with the 800 value, the Lion Cane became clearly the correct choice for 2 slots. Probably wouldn't have won the last match without it, to be honest. There's a big pile of skills here, but like Tinker doesn't do much. Final Flame is just scaling the Matchbox a little. I have a couple of crit skills that do matter. Strong Arm really doesn't. Distributed Systems and Slow Burn really don't. Follow Up here really doesn't. It's mostly just a couple shield skills and defense crit, and the rest doesn't matter. But that's enough. That's a ton of value. Prosperity is kind of funny for adding a flat 1,000 to the Lion Cane shield, but that doesn't impact the results of matches. The numbers are just so high for it to be irrelevant. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and if on the way out you can hit the like and subscribe buttons, I'd really appreciate it. It really does boost the channel up in the algorithm and help it grow. It matters a lot. Anyways, peace.